Hey folks, Father Sympathy from Virus here. Today we're going to see the update on Blender Compositor Viewer Cache add-on. So with this add-on, you can easily cache your Compositor setup, the Compositor output, and you can see it in the viewer node as well. So, you can download it from the link in the description. Just go to the release and yeah, this one. Let's just download it. And let's get it started. Install, pretty much simple. Let's go to the edit, go to the preference, go to the get extension, and here install from disk. Go to the desktop, install the zip, and it should be there. Okay, so if we go to the add-on, you'll find this add-on here, and there are some shortcut keys. We're going to see it now. So let's go to save preference, and let's go to the compositing, and let's get a new, and turn off backdrop. Go here, go to the image editor, and you will find these 4 buttons. Okay, this is the render cache, this is preview cache, cache to view node, and delete cache. And you will also find another option in the options. Okay, option tab. Let's go to GPU. This is the option. This is called the scrap render. So if we enable it, it will render the output like this. Okay, now let's go to the view node. There we go. So yeah, if we change it here, something like go to the layout, let's go 0 and IG, let's go here GI, okay, and GI. Okay, so if we go to the compositing now, so there you go, it will update your stuff. So instead of pressing this, you can just enable this button, and it will, if it has a render layer, it will render it automatically. Okay, here we go. So now let's see the process. Let's see how to do it, how to do the stuff. So let's get started. Okay, first thing first, let's enable it, enable the scrap render, and let's go for green screen so that we can see it clearly. Let's see Astro edit. There we go. If we connect it, so we need to green screen this stuff. So let's go node, and it will be a 206, and the resolution is 2048 1080. 2048 1080, and it is 29 point something frame rate. Okay, so 23.98, yeah, fps. So we are going to green screen it. So let's see how to work on it. First thing is, let's go to the timeline, playback, and limit to frame range. Okay, and this, yeah, let's do the garbage mat first. So let's see, let's go to mask, and let's create a new, let's create a garbage mat. Okay, and let's create control. Okay, I'll see G, switch direction. There we go, G, okay, so this will be our garbage. Right. And let me animate a little bit so that we can see the whole process here. So let's go to the frame and let's go to 10, and here we go. I'm in Blender 5. Okay, so yeah, so Control Shift Control 196, something like that. So let's create the auto keyframe here, and Control, yes, this is all right. Control left arrow. Okay, so this is how we are just creating the garbage mask here. Okay, suppose this is the thing. So let's do it from 120 to 4 time now. Okay, so now let's create the garbage mask. So let's create this mask and go to the garbage mask and scene size for now. So yeah, let's create key. Yeah. And let's go to the VR node now. Let's create. There you go. And let's give it this. Let's give this mask garbage mask. There you go. So the garbage mask should be inverted. So let's invert it. There we go. Done. So yeah. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Okay. So now if I want to see it, let's go to the view node, and you can see it, see your stuff. So let's talk about these things. Okay, first thing first is you can use EXR, you can use PNG, you can use TIFF, whatever you want to. I'm just going to use PNG for this one, so not a problem. And you need to save it first before you see the cache. Okay, you need to save it first. So let's Control Shift S and green screen tip 1. I have already saved it. So yeah, so suppose this is the thing, I want to cache it, I want to see it. So let's go and yeah, render cache it, and let's see. Okay, the cache is done. So now if we play it, it will play it for us. Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, that's how we can work with it. And if you want to get back, you can use this and it will be go back. So what we can do, basically something like that. Okay, and then you can cache it again. And what you can do also is basically press P and select a timeline like preview range, something like this. Okay, and then just like After Effects, we're just caching it. There we go, done. Then play it. There we go. Okay, for a smooth playback, you can see that we have a RAM cache here. Okay, it's a RAM caching. For a smooth playback, I would suggest go to Edit Preference, go to System, and give your memory cache limit a very good limit. I have 32 GB, 32 gig, so I'm just giving it 20 gig here. Okay, 1024 into 20 gig. Okay, so this is the video sequencer memory cache actually. And yeah, actually it has been changed. Okay, you don't need to do anything, it will be all right, but you need decent memory, okay, for RAM cache. Here we go. It will be automated, so not a problem. Okay, here we go. And yeah, okay, so let's talk about the whole mechanism here. What it is doing is basically it is actually rendering the output in PNG. If you select the PNG and go to the RGBA, and it will create a folder that is called Comcache temp, and it will have your temporary files. Okay, temporary files, and it will render it, and it will play back in the viewer node. So whenever we are pressing this, we are actually rendering it here. Okay, it is rendering. Okay, here is rendering, and the render is done. So now when it comes to play, we are just playback it here. Okay, and what does this one do? It will just delete the cache. Okay, the cache is deleted. So there we go. And if you want to cache it again, you can cache it here. All right, done. First thing first, done, clear. Okay, so what this button do? This button will go back to viewer node, because if we play this, it's actually your cache file. Okay, so if I want to change something, like I don't know, if I update it, it will not update because it doesn't know anything about this. So you need to go to the viewer node. You need to pop back to viewer node. Okay, then we can work on it. There we go. Okay, viewer node, and then we can work on it. Right. Okay, done. First thing first is done, and it's that simple. So now let's talk about some optimization trick, and let's see. Another thing is, basically, if you want to use a dual viewer setup, you can do it quite obviously. Just go here. So this one will be your viewer node. Okay, you can work on it like this. I'm working on it, blah, 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 blah. And this will be your player. Okay, suppose let's see, suppose this. Okay, it is updated, so let's do a cache, and now let's play the cache. Okay, there we go. So dual monitor setup, you can do it as well if you want to. Okay, so it will be just playback and caching, and it will be your viewer node. You can do it like that as well. So suppose something like that. Let's cache it again. And let's play back again. All right, so this is actually the workflow. So if you want to use dual, you can use dual. If you want to use single, you can use single. It's more like a fusion setup, I used to work on fusion, so yeah, I did it like that. Anyway, so now let's talk about the optimization process, the very important one. So let's see. Okay, optimization. Blender Compositor has been changed a little bit. Actually, the code has been changed a little bit. So let's understand that first. So this particular footage, the size of it is 2048 and 1080. Okay, resolution is 2048 and 1080. Now if we go to the 50% and let's render it, you can see that nothing has changed. The 2048 and 1080 remain same. That means it is not working. Okay, so what has been changed in recent Compositor is basically the left hand side input image. That is the input image. The input image will determine the resolution of these compositing of this viewer node. Okay, so if it was something like 5048, suppose I'm giving it like 540. Okay, just random number. You can see that updating it will not do anything. The resolution will be 2048 and 1080 because this particular input file is 2048 and 1080. So one thing is clear here. So what we can do in this situation, let's go to the 1080. Let's fix it. So what we can do in this situation is basically, let's go to the 50% and let's create a scale. Okay, let's give it here and go to the scene size. Okay, now it is scaling. Okay, and you can see that it is 1024 and 540 now, which is good. And here in the garbage match, we're using scene size here as well. Okay, Okay, and yeah, that's what we can do. Is basically if we go to the 20% now, you can see it is now in 20%. So what's the benefit of it? Well, you can actually render it faster. Okay, you can see it's rendering faster. Okay, so it's basically a low res version of it. Suppose if I go to the 50%, and now if we render it, it's rendering slower. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's how you can optimize it. Now comes to another part. Another part is basically, let's go to the viewer node. If the garbage mat, in this situation the scene size is working pretty nicely, and I think it has been fixed. If it's not fixed, what you can do is basically go to the fixed and size, fixed slash scenes, and just give the exact resolution of your project file, that is 2048 and 1080. Then it will be fixed as well. But it seems like the scene size has been fixed. It was buggy, but I think it has been fixed. So if it is fixed, then it is good. All right. Another thing is basically if you have a blur node, yeah, there will be some problems. So let me see. So in blur node, if I go to the 20, okay, so this is giving me some kind of result this like this. If I disable it, the result will be something else. So actually let's go to the 100% and let's see the change. Okay, so the detail has been changed. Okay, for this what we can do, this is particularly important for pixel based operations like blur, and there are some filters called this one that is not filter, it's now has been changed to where, creative. Okay, this one, pixelate, kuswara, posterize. These are this depends on pixel system, relative pixel. So for this one, what you need to do is basically go to the utilities, and there is relative to pixel node. Okay, we need to use it. So this is a new node, we need to use it, and go to the vector, go to the part dimension, and let's plug it in here. And what you can do is basically just plug it here as well. There you go. Now you can give it 0.001 or 0.02, something like that. Okay, so 0.01, something like that. Okay, so now if I change it to 100%, now you can see the detail will be same. Okay, if I go to the 50, the detail will be same because it is relative to pixel. So why this change? Well, this change has made all the optimization in Blender Compositor right now we are seeing. So that's why these changes were important. So yeah, and another thing is very important, that if you are using a render layer rather than these things, rather than some footage, if you are using a render layer, then you don't need to use this scale node. Previously we used to use this scale node, then we used to make it like this. Okay, you will see that it will it will create a dual action, so you don't need that. You need this. Okay, because the render layer is already rendering in 50%, so you don't need to scale it again. Then it will become actually 50 to 25%. It will become 25%. If we just shift D and render it, it will become 25%. Okay, we don't need to do it, we just need to do it like that. Okay, no scale node is required. So if we just now go to the alpha over, and suppose this is the foreground and this is the background. Okay, here we go. Now everything is fixed, perfectly done. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so these were some complex setup we need to work on. So here we go. All right, so the optimization trick is done, and I believe you can now understand the potential of these add-on. And now we're going to see some 3D render, 3D stuff, because actually let's clean it up a little bit, and let's see a fresh setup first. Then we will go to the 3D setup as well. So let's see. Okay, so here's the complete project. Okay, this one. All right, so yeah, good. So what we did here is basically we have used some garbage matte. If we go to the mask node, and there are some garbage matte. Let me show you the viewer node. A bunch of masks. Okay, if we enable them, okay, there are lots of garbage mats and everything. Okay, yeah, and there is also filler node, that is the color matte filler node. And then we just did the king, then we did some RGB curve for clean matte, then we set the alpha, replaced alpha, and this is the alpha over. Okay, we have, yeah, right, there you go. So these are actually basic. So right, and yeah, that's all. So now let's go to the 3D section and let's see. All right, so this is our 3D setup. What we did is basically this is the transparent clip of our astronauts. Right? Okay, there you go. And a bunch of 3D scan, mega scan, and then we just camera track it. Camera track, there is a camera track here. Okay, if we go here, there will be a camera track, and the camera track is being parented with another camera track. So this is how we're working in the VFX pipeline. It's not our headache. The main headache is how to composite this stuff. Okay. We can use several methods. We can use a collection, we can use backgrounds, foreground, and these view layer system. We can use it for this particular project where I'm using CryptoMatte. Okay, so let's go to the compositing and let's create a new. Let's name it my comp, something like that. Okay, and I'm having this CryptoMatte. This CryptoMatte has come from here. I guess you all know about these things, so I'm not going to describe it a lot. So object and material. Anyway, so what we want to do here is basically go to the option and enable script render, which is important because if you disable it and it is not rendering. Okay, so what you need to do is basically either you need to click it, which is annoying. I just want to enable it, enable the script render, and now it will be updated. Okay, something like here, go, and it will be updated here. So yeah, pretty easy and pretty good. All right. So what I want to do here is basically I'm going for a CryptoMatte, and I want to separate this guy, the astro. There we go. So now if I go to Ctrl Shift, you can see it is there. That is fantastic. So what I want to do here now is basically an alpha over. So it will be in background and it will be foreground. Okay, there you go. So first let's think about the detail. So I think it should have a blur, so let's get a blur. So now if you want to use a faster thing, you can go to the 60%. Okay, so let's create a relative pixel. Let's just name it pixel, relative to pixel. There you go. Let's go to image, go to vector, and let's do it like that. So we need very slight 0.01. Let me go to the per dimension, and let's give it very slight 0.05. Press shift, actually let's select all, press shift, and then let's go for something like that. So 0.03, 0.003, so it will create a very good balance of these details. Okay, which is good. Done. Let's go faster. Now what I want to do is basically, you can see that if we go here, here I want to light it up a little bit. So what we can do is basically, let's get a vector math, or just get an exposure here. It will do. Okay, or even a brightness will do. So let's go to brightness. So what I want to do is basically, it should be shiny. Okay, you can see that there is a problem. So let's create an alpha convert. Actually, let's create a alpha, set alpha. Here the matte will be the alpha. There we go. Now we can give it some brightness and probably some gamma as well. Okay, let's disable this. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so it will be in sunshine. So let's go to shift 1. I'm going faster, and then let's go here and let's give it 1. There we go, or even 0.8, something like that will be good. So here we go. So now I want to see it. I want to see these animations. So what we're gonna do is press P and go here, somewhere here. Okay, and then let's save it, environment it, yeah, and let's go and let's see the preview. If the preview sets too long, what we can do is basically, let's skip it. Okay, and let's go to 50% or even 40%. Okay, now let's do alright. It will be faster. Yep. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see the effect. There we go. Play. You can see this grain. Okay, that is good. All right, it's working nicely. Okay, and now let's go to let's change some stuff here. Probably some color correction and everything, overall color correction and everything, something like that. So let's create a curve, and let's go for something like that. Great. Maybe a blue tone. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Now let's do another render. Okay, let's play it. There you go. That's good. Now I will show you my final render. Okay, so finally we got here. All right. There you go. All right, done. So yeah, and there is another thing. Sometimes this scrub render, when you start it up, when you start up your project, there is sometimes the enable scrub render, you need to recheck it again. Okay, otherwise it may not work. So just disable it and enable it later, then it will work again. Okay, sometimes, not always, but sometimes it gives you some problem. So yeah, just disable it and then enable it, and it will work again. There we go. Okay, so the layout is pretty simple. Other things are, everything is actually sim. So yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'm Father Sympathetic from CG Virus, and we're going to see you next time. Bye bye.